Welcome, classic rock fans, to an end-of-year review where I look at all the best bits and the worst bits of 2017. Of course, one of the best bits is the way that the subscribers have swelled for this channel. I've got now about 1,000, getting towards 1,200, of which I'm eternally grateful. What this means is it generates enough revenue now for me to buy a CD at the end of each month, usually a new release that I can do a new album review on, or maybe I can just squander the money on a curry or something like that. And it's interesting, it got me thinking about where this channel actually began about 4 years ago. And really, I mean, I've been called a critic, but I never really thought of myself as a critic as such, because I don't really I don't get sent music verbatim to look at. I just buy things that I know I'm going to like and discuss it, which is a kind of criticism, if you like. And let's not forget that criticism in terms of art usually means to evaluate, as in literary criticism. So it's that is kind of what I do, really. But I think the whole idea of the channel was to engage with people who were as absolutely mental about classic rock music as I was. I think I was getting tired of initiating conversations with people and just watching them glaze over, or simply feel that they didn't really want to discuss the dynamics of the percussion on such and such an album or something like that. Understandably, maybe. Anyway, so that's what this channel was about. The other thing I will say is that obviously over the years the video and audio quality has improved due to buying better kit. And I like to think the production values have improved, and I think I've gotten slightly better at doing it. So what I was going to do is I was going to visit a lot of those very old classic album reviews and song reviews and things like that, and redo them. I hope you don't feel that's a cop-out, but I suppose what I'm thinking is that I've got a lot of new subscribers now who might be put off by the fact that the audio and the video quality is pretty naff on some of those older videos. So that is something I intend to do next year, as well as continue with the new classic album reviews, new album reviews, the odd gig review, and classic rock conundrums, another one of my little sidelines. Well, we're arriving at the very end of the year. It is New Year's Eve. It's almost the final few days of the whole sort of Christmas season, a season in which I consume my own body weight in meat, veg, booze, and various luxuries like trifle and God knows what else. But I did get some nice gifts, it has to be said. One such gift being this fabulous AC/DC Back in Black t-shirt, which I think is very nice. But the other things I got you may or may not be interested to see are, firstly, the David Gilmour Live at Pompeii Deluxe box set Blu-ray, which I've not yet opened or watched. 4-disc set, 2 CDs, Blu-ray, 2 Blu-rays in fact, tour documentaries, the whole lot really. But it's I mean, I always splash out really for anything associated with Pink Floyd or David Gilmour or Jethro Tull for that matter, and that was under my tree this year, so that was definitely a one worth investing in later. I shall certainly look forward to watching that in the new year. One of my other gifts was this Blues Pills Lady in Gold Live in Paris Blu-ray set. I don't know if you know this band, but they're absolutely fabulous, heavily influenced by Hendrix, Cream, Traffic, all those, and Free, of course, those sort of, very late 60s, 70s band. The vocalist is remarkable, and at the risk of sounding horribly sexist, she looks pretty good as well. But they sound absolutely brilliant. I mean, the guitar player, the bass player, I mean, they're just a great band to go and see if you get the opportunity. I would certainly urge you to. I've only seen them once myself. I saw them at the Rambling Man Festival about 3 years ago, but I'd like to see them again. But that's a Blu-ray set of their, and it's on CD as well, of their Live in Paris gig. They are touring, or perhaps have finished that. The other gift was this one, which was a kind of a treat to myself, really. I saved up and bought myself something, which was nothing more the collected Fotheringay I mean, I love Fairport, I love Sandy Denny, and this is the studio albums and BBC outtakes and BBC sessions, sorry, studio outtakes, warts and all. It's the whole thing. I've never really, I don't know much about this band. I've never really listened to them that much, but I do like her in Fairport, and I like some of the solo material she's done. So I'm pretty confident that that I'm going to like this. With Trevor Lucas as well, he's in this band, isn't he? I think he was married to Sandy Denny, I believe, and he joined Fairport at some point. He had a great voice. Had a great voice. I think he's passed away now, unfortunately. So anyway, so that's a little treat to myself this Christmas. And this was something from my wife, which was a complete surprise. I opened it up, and it was a autobiography of Morrissey. I think what makes this interesting is that it is actually an autobiography rather than a biography. So I never expected to get that. It was one of those real Christmas surprises, and I shall look forward to reading it. I think my wife caught me ranting about how much I enjoyed Morrissey's new album, and I think from that she saw this as a bargain and decided to snap it up. So I look forward to reading that in January. No doubt it'll cheer me up. So we think about the year we've just had, 2017. I got to thinking about the best gig that I went to in 2017. I think Aerosmith in Berlin were absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed that gig. But for me, I think Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers just edge it. And I'm not sure whether they just edge it because of Tom Petty's early death, of course. I hope not, but I think for me the best gig of 2017, the one I enjoyed the most, and certainly the one when I look back on it, was the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers playing live in Hyde Park, which unfortunately, of course, has turned out to be their last ever British gig. Best album. I mean, I've done a few new album reviews. I've picked up quite a few probably Oasis fans from the Liam Gallagher and the Noel Gallagher album reviews that got a lot of views. But sorry to disappoint Oasis fans. My favourite album of 2017, I think, is this one. Roger Waters' Is This the Life We Really Want? Now, I know this is a divisive album because it's heavily politically charged. To me, Pink Floyd always were, but I think Pink Floyd are more philosophical and politically abstract, really. They weren't so directly politically personal as Roger Waters is in his solo material, and especially this album. This album has certainly ruffled some feathers. Although in saying that, I mean, you can't help but listen to Pink Floyd's The Final Cut without thinking that it's a scything political attack on not only the Falklands conflict, but on the whole sort of Thatcher regime at the time. So to me, Pink Floyd have always been a kind of a politically charged band. So, and this album certainly doesn't disappoint. It's very angry, and it is very politically charged. And if you're not really on Roger Waters' hymn list, if you like, or song sheet, then maybe it does bother you. But I think it's absolutely fabulous. I love this album with every listen. I really enjoy it. I'm doubly looking forward to going to see Roger Waters in Birmingham in the summer. If we think about the worst event, sort of music related, of course, of 2017, it has to be the Manchester bombing, of course, where some lunatic walks into the Ariana Grande, is that how I said her name right? Concert and detonates the device, not only killing innocent concert goers, but killing children as well. The whole thing was absolutely horrific. In terms of losing people, we've lost a few this year. I suppose for me, the biggest shock was, of course, the death of Tom Petty. I think that's like the year before it was David Bowie. That was one that really stopped me in my steps, really, when I heard about that. Made even more poignant about the fact that I'd only seen him sort of 3 months before. Tom Petty, that is, not David Bowie. Favourite song? My favourite song of 2017. I think this was a 2017 song. I could be wrong. That's the Jayhawks, "Quiet Moments in Empty Places." I love that song. I saw them do it on the Andrew Marr show. That's my favourite song. It might actually be from last year. Best reissue, I've put Jethro Tull's "Songs from the Wood." I think all those Steve Wilson remixes are fantastic, and the packaging on those Tull reissues is absolutely remarkable. Things to look forward to in 2018. For me, I've put Roger Waters' gig. I'm going to see Iron Maiden in August in London. Next year, I'm looking forward to a Marillion gig. I'm going to see Marillion in Cambridge. I'm taking my daughter, who is 8. It'll be her first ever gig, so I kind of wanted to take her. I kind of wanted to take her to something special, and that's it. Anticipated tours. For me, I'm still waiting for the Moody Blues to announce some UK dates for their 50th anniversary of the Days of Future Past tour. I really want to see that. I'm hoping Springsteen does some dates next year. The Stones will play, I think, but if the ticket's £150-200, then I will have to bow out again, really, because I think it's way too much money to spend on a concert ticket. For me, anticipated reissues. The debut Roxy Music album is getting the deluxe treatment, and that's one I'd really love to buy, but it is currently priced on Amazon at £130. So unless that comes down in price, I will be giving that a miss. The Beatles' The White Album is, I think, due to a kind of a special reissue box set, which I will be buying that. Of course, Jethro Tull's Heavy Horses is one that I'm really looking forward to, which comes out in February as well. Anyway, that's kind of my end of year roundup review, if you like. The only thing left to say is thank you for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Do check out the Facebook page. Please, by all means, send me loads of CDs and loads of cash if you've got any you don't want. No, seriously, I'd be happy to send a CD. I'd be happy to listen to it and do a kind of a review on it. Other than that, I wish you all a happy new year. Please click like, subscribe, but more importantly, please do keep listening.